Today we'll be working on my workbook called On the Plains of Moab, numbers 25 to 31. Looking at the table of contents, we are actually in the middle of the censuses. They are now taking a new census just before they enter the promised land. They took a census before their 38 years of wandering, and now they're about ready to enter promised land. So now they're taking a census again to see how many military men are available. So we have done census part 1. Basically, there's 12 tribes. So this divides is pretty huge. So we did part 1. Now we're going to do part 2 today. The second census, part 2.
The descendants of Benjamin by their clans were through Bela, the Belanite clan, through Ashbel, the Ashbelite clan, through Hiram, the Hiramite clan, through Zepham, the Zephamite clan, through Hepham, the Hephamite clan, the descendants of Bela through Arad and Naaman were there through Arad, the Aranite clan, through Naaman, the Naamanite clan. These were the clans of Benjamin. Those numbers were 45,600. Now, I don't know if I said them all right.
Yeah, no problem. So who are the sons of Benjamin according to the graph? I'll go ahead and do it. Bela, Becher, Ashbel, Gera, Naaman, Eli, Rosh, Mummum, Hummum, Ard.
Right.
Now, it's very hard to see that, but there are some sons that are not listed in our scripture above. Can you figure them out? Notice Shepham is probably Mummum. Did you figure out who was missing?
Becher,
okay.
Jira, and
okay.
Rosh.
Gera, okay.
Rosh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So some of them probably died. The census total on the original census below was how many?
35,400.
And the census on the second census was?
45,600.
And the difference is?
10,200.
So they increased. And the Benjamin's 10 sons were listed in the original 70 census. 70 Israelites that traveled to Egypt during the famine in 1876. Were they or Benjamin alive here?
No.
Okay.
These were the descendants of Dan by their clans through Shehem, the Shehemite clans. They were the clans of Dan. All of them were Shehemite clans, and those numbered were 64,400.
The tribe of Dan is omitted from the detailed genealogies in 1 Chronicles 4 through 7, and subsequently from the sealed tribes in Revelation 7, primarily due to the historical legacy of deep-seated idolatry, apostasy, and territorial abandonment. They were the first tribe to introduce organized idol worship in Israel, which lasted for generations. Who's the one son of Dan's we know of?
Shehem.
The census total on the original census below was what?
62,700.
The census total on the second census was?
64,400.
And the difference?
1,700.
So they increased, even though we only had one son. I guess the next, he had lots of generations or something. Why is the tribe of Dan lost in history?
The historical legacy of deep-seated idolatry, apostasy, and territorial abandonment. Right.
Idolatry for sure. Apostasy meaning they didn't care about any god, and they left and their land. They just let go of their land. So those three things made them a tribe that no longer was continued.
The descendants of Asher by their clans were through Imnah, the Imnite clan, through Esthi, the Esthite clan, through Berah, the Berahite clan, and through the descendants of Berah, through Heber, the Heberite clan, through Melchi, the Malkonite clan. Asher had a daughter named Sarah. These were the clans of Asher. Those numbered were 53,400.
Who were the sons and daughter according to the graph of Asher? I'll say them for you.
Okay.
Jimni, Ishua, Ishwi, and Beriah, and Sarah.
Yeah.
There's one son that's not listed above. Who is it?
Ishua.
Okay. The census total in the original census below was
41,500.
the census total on the second census is
53,400.
so the difference is
11,900.
right. So they increased. Notice Asher's 4 sons and daughter were listed in the original 70 Israelites that traveled to Egypt during the famine in 1876. Would they or Asher be alive here?
No.
Go ahead.
Okay, the descendants of
Naphtali.
now by their clans were through Jaziel, the Jazilite clan, through Guni, the Gunite clan, through Jezer, the Jezerite clan, through Shalem, the Shilamite clan. These were the clans of Naphtali. Those numbered were 45,400. The total number of the men of Israel is 601,730.
Who are the sons of Naphtali?
Jahaziel, Guni, Jezer,
Gezer.
and Shiliam.
You're right. The census total in the original census below was how many?
53,400.
The census total on the second census is how many?
45,400.
And the difference is?
9,000.
Right. So they decreased.
Yeah.
Naphtali's 4 sons were listed in the original 70 Israelites that traveled to Egypt during the famine in 1876. Were they or Naphtali be alive here?
No.
It's interesting to me that Naphtali is considered the last tribe. It's the last on the tabernacle, the last in the when they march. And I don't know how he got there since he's not the youngest. But anyway, and so that just always intrigued me a little bit. So here's the totals. And basically, the first census had 603,550. The second census had 601,730. So approximately the same. We're looking when you add, bring up to total males, because of course, anybody over a certain age were not included or younger. And then women, and then they approximated that children would be 25% of the men. So the total amount of people is still roughly 2 million.
Yeah.
And this is not even counting the Levites. So.
Wow. Okay. The Lord said to Moses, the land is to be allotted to them as an inheritance based on the number of names. To a large group gives a larger inheritance, to a smaller group a smaller one. Each is to receive its inheritance according to the number of those listed. Be sure that the land is distributed by lot. What each group inherits will be according to the names for its ancestral tribe. Each inheritance is to be distributed by lot among the larger and smaller groups.
How is the land of Canaan, the promised land, to be divided?
Allotted to them as an inheritance based on the number of names.
Right. Yeah. So the larger group got a larger size and smaller group got smaller size. Based on the size of the military man, who would get the larger portion?
Judah.
Based on the size of the military man, who would get the smallest portion?
Simeon.
How was the land to be distributed?
By lot among the large and smaller groups.
Right. So basically, the original would have been picked by lot as far as the 12 tribes as to where they are, and then that by lot to the families in the tribe. Where the tribes were located in Canaan was decided by lot, but how much of that land is theirs is divided by the size of the military might.
These are the ones counted by Moses and Eleazar, the priests, when they counted the Israelites on the plains of Moab by the Jordan across from Jericho. Not one of them was among those counted by Moses and Aaron, the priests, when they counted the Israelites in the desert of Sinai. For the Lord had told those Israelites they would surely die in the wilderness, and not one of them was left except Caleb, son of Jephunneh, and Joseph, son of Nun.
Who counted the people on the plains of Moab?
Moses and Eleazar on the
Who
plains
counted
of Moab.
Right, and who counted the first census?
Moses and Aaron,
Right. Where was the first census taken?
desert of Sinai.
Right. What do we now confirm the Lord said would happen between the first and second censuses?
Military men age 20, they would surely die.
Yeah, they all died. Yes. Who are the only two military men over the age of 20 at the first census of the 12 tribes that survived the 40 years of wandering in the wilderness?
Caleb and Joshua.
The first military census was taken just before they left Mount Sinai. Why is it being taken now?
Entering the promised land and have to allocate the land.
Right. They're about ready to go into the promised land.
These were the Levites who were counted by their clans through Gershon, the Gershonite clan, through Kohath, the Kohanite clan, through Merari, the Merarite clan. These also were Levite clans, the Lebanite clan, the Hebonite clan, the Malite clan, the Mushite clan, the Korahite clan.
Now we get to the Levites, counting them. Who were the three sons of Levi?
Gershon, Kohath, and Merari.
Right. Then the clans bounce around the family tree. And as far as clan, what I meant was some clans were big enough to be a clan and others died out. So they aren't as consistent as the names and stuff. Who is Libni's father?
Gershon.
Who's Hebron's father?
Kohath.
Who is Mali and Moshe's father?
Merari.
Yeah, and who is Korah's father?
Azhar.
Yeah. Apparently some of the Korathites survived the punishment of the Korahites in number 16. Circle all the clans listed on the graph. Well, you did a good job, so we'll do with that. Okay.
Kohath was the forefather of Amram. The name of Amram's wife was Jochebed, a descendant of Levi, who was born to the Levites in Egypt. To Amram, she bore Aaron, Moses, and their sister Miriam. Aaron was the father of Nadab and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. But Nadab and Abihu died when they made an offering before the Lord with unauthorized fire.
Now we have a quick review of history. Who's Amram's father and grandfather?
Kohath and Levi.
Right. Who is Moses, Aaron, and Miriam's mother and father?
Aram and Jochebed.
Jochebed. Yeah, Jochebed. Who is Aaron's wife?
Elishabi.
Yeah, and she's actually from the tribe of Judah, which is interesting. Who are the sons of Aaron?
Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, Ithamar.
Right. Which sons of Aaron died and why did they die?
Nadab and Abiah made an offering before the Lord with unauthorized fire.
Who was, is, and will be the high priest?
Aaron, Eleazar, and
Phineas. Yeah, Phineas.
All the male Levites a month old or more numbered 23,000. They were not counted along with the other Israelites because they received no inheritance among them.
Instead of the age 20, what was the minimum age to be in the Levite count?
A month old.
How does this count compare to the original census count, numbers 3 below?
1,000 more.
Why were they not counted with the rest of the tribes?
They received no inheritance among them.
Right, and they also weren't military, even though it says no inheritance, that's true, but they weren't military men either. Well, which is why I answered number 4. There's another reason why they were not counted with the rest of the tribes, their reasons, because they're not part of the military.
Yeah.
The Levites were not included in the Lord's punishment of death to all men over the age 20 in Numbers 14, as they were not included in the military census and were not part of the spies that went into Canaan. So interestingly enough, there was not a die out of Levites. I mean, there would have been some, of course, but it wasn't due. God wasn't waiting for them to die out.
And that's the end.
And so that's the end. And of course, we have that. And here's the answer to that, of course.
Yeah.
So let me go ahead and stop this.